The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.
Today, they're a must-read for a reality check as the ABC, as in the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, exploration of New Zealand versus Australian economy. Now, normally the ABC, like a lot of public broadcasters, tease you with a headline and end up concluding basically nothing. That is so they can claim to be balanced. Not so in this particular case. Gareth Hutchins is your author. The headline, Inflation has fallen in New Zealand and Australia, but which is faring better? It's always instructive to read specifics, comparisons, look at the wider picture, crunch the numbers, and this piece does that. Boy, does it do that. It starts with a clue. New Zealand's economy, it says, is in recession. Australia's economy is not in recession. He then involves the Reserve Bank. Our cash rate peaked at 5.5%. Australia's peaked at 4.35%. Unemployment, New Zealand's got to 5.1, probably still going up. Australia's is under 4. New Zealand's labour force hasn't grown in the past 12 months, he writes. Hasn't grown at all. Australia's labour force has been consistently growing for the past 12 months. In the past 3 years, Australia's economy, he writes, hasn't recorded a single quarter of negative growth. Not one. New Zealand's economy has 3 quarters of zero growth, 3 quarters of negative growth. It's just experienced 6 consecutive quarters of negative growth. The RB, the article points out, the respective RBs pursued different approaches to employment as regards their approach to inflation. It also points out they've got slightly different bands. We're a 1 to 3 band, Australia's 2 to 3. The approach, according to the Australian Reserve Bank, was to preserve as many of the jobs that have been created in recent years as we can. The last line in the article, and thousands of Kiwis have revealed which strategy they prefer by buying a plane ticket to Australia. I think most of us could have guessed all of that, of course, but to put it into words with statistics and graphs and lay it out that bare, a more depressing, debilitating, deflating and anger-inducing set of numbers would be hard to find. And those of us left have and are living through it. Talk about stark.
The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.